Hey guys, Anders here. Welcome back to another video. Today's video, we're going to be talking about Battlefield 2042's road ahead, what it supposedly contains, is it enough, what would I like to see from it, and just basically what they have to do within these seasons, within these upcoming things, to really gain any sort of traction back. Before we get into the video though, massive shout out to all you guys that still watch the content. PUBG videos probably coming soon as well. And shout out to my sponsor, Glitch Energy. Imperial Hal, the TSM player, released a new flavor, Strawberry Kiwi. It's absolutely insane. If you want to try it, link is in the description. Use code ENDERS for 25% off. So, Battlefield 2042's road ahead. Obviously, the game's really dead right now. I don't know if any of you have paid attention to Twitter or anything. Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 has since surpassed Battlefield 2042's player count, and I believe 2042's player count has actually gone down about 2,000 to 3,000 average concurrent players in the past month, and it's fairly clear where those people are going. They're just going to play other games, or they're going back to older Battlefield games. But like I've said in previous videos, I still think a lot of eyes are on this game, just to wait and see what some big updates bring to the game, just to wait and see what the content brings to the game. And speaking of the content, each Battlefield 2042 season, because this game has season passes and all that shit, each Battlefield 2042 season, according to a tweet from Tom Henderson from July of 2021, actually, I looked far and wide for any information regarding these seasons. I honestly couldn't find any other than this tweet. I looked in the official Battlefield website, I scoured Twitter, scoured YouTube. This is essentially the most solid information we have to go off of, or at least the only information we have to go off of what these seasons actually contain from a detailed perspective. But these seasons supposedly contain one brand new specialist. Hopefully they don't do... My fear with these specialists is, like, it's obviously a very hated thing in the community. People really don't like it. My biggest fear with these specialists is that they add specialists to the game that are, like, really overpowered or really annoying. If you look back to Black Ops 4, there was a specialist that they added in that game that had like a katana, and it would lunge at people and one-shot you. I don't want them to add stuff, you know, that to the game. So hopefully when they do add new specialists, it's not game-breaking or anything like that. But it's DICE, so really can't count on it. Each season supposedly also contains 2 brand new base game maps, 2 brand new portal maps, a hazard zone update that is supposedly story-driven. And honestly, if I were like head of what's going on in the studio, right, I would cut this hazard zone plan entirely, because, like, listen, guys, it's dead in the water. You're never going to bring it back. No amount of updates to hazard zone is really going to save it. The interest is at... honestly, hazard zone died faster than Firestorm and has less interest than Firestorm, which I've never even thought I would be able to say that. So, yeah, that's pretty bad on their part. As far as other things that are coming in these seasons, 6 to 8 new weapons, and Tom supposedly says for each mode, and what I think he means there is for Portal, you know, like BC2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 1942, and the base game is supposed to be 6 to 8 new weapons each. That would be pretty impressive. I don't believe that for a second, I'm going to be honest. But if it does turn out to be the case, that is actually quite a bit of content. It's kind of unfortunate that about 75% of that would be in Portal, and Portal is currently in a state where you log on to Portal and there's XP bot farm servers or hardcore servers with no HUD, and you die instantaneously to 1 bullet in your ankle, and those servers are pretty much unplayable garbage. So Portal's in a state of kind of disrepair right now, and if they do add 6 to 8 new weapons and a lot of them end up being for Portal, it's going to be pretty hard to actually use them. Going along with the new weapons added, supposedly they're adding 2 to 3 new vehicles for each mode as well. So I'd like to see what they'll do with this as far as vehicle choices. Will they add new vehicle types? Will they just add new vehicles within the existing types of vehicles? Like, will they could potentially add a Z11, for example, instead of just having a little bird in the game. They could add a different type of tank. They can add a different AA tank, stuff like that. Hopefully they don't add any more transport vehicles with like 30mm cannons on them, or maybe any more air vehicles with 30mm splash damage cannons on them. I don't really think the game needs more of that. And last but not least, each season will come with 100 season tiers. You can play throughout the season and probably get, if I had to guess, small rewards like the Tides of War system, maybe some cosmetics, maybe some player cards and stuff like that. Kind of like how Halo and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 is doing it. So depending on the rewards within these season tiers, and if Tides of War is really anything to go off of, I don't expect these to contain much of anything substantial. Unfortunately, I just think it's going to be a very elongated drip feed of content, which seems to be a very popular model in games nowadays, and I would really like to see it go away. But I think undoubtedly the most important things with these upcoming seasons is the new maps. The new maps and the new weapons. If these new maps are not more infantry focused, if they're not just better designed in general, if they're going to be, large scale 128 player compatible maps, stuff like that, I mean, they need to be better than the base game maps, because if they just keep adding maps that are similar quality to the base game maps, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I really don't have, and I made a map tier list video. If you haven't watched that, I'll link it. But I really don't have a map that I like in this game. You know when you play Battlefield games, like Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3, whatever you play, right? You have that map that you load into and you're like, yeah, dude, okay, I know I'm going to have some more fun on this map. I really like it. I like how it plays. I don't think a lot of people have maps like that in this game, because they don't exist. Because the maps on offer in this game are largely just really, really bad. And the best maps in the game, I think by far, are hidden within Portal. With No Shark Canal TDM, something that was made for Battlefield 3 like 9 years ago. So it's really not even new. So as far as the new maps being added, they have to be either infantry focused, both of them ideally. I think if you pump 2 infantry focused maps into this game from the first season, I think that could be a drastic help in just people's overall enjoyability and the variety of the game. But as always, never get your hopes up with this sort of stuff. It's probably not going to happen. I would bet money on it not happening. And as far as the weapons, I really think that you need to expand on the, what is it, 19 primary weapons in the base game. Like I said in a previous video, I wouldn't even really mind if they took some portal guns and put them in the base game on top of new base game weapons. This game doesn't really take itself seriously, so I don't really think anyone would complain about using a Battlefield 3 gun in a Battlefield 2042 base game mode. They would just have to maybe do some rebalancing, which, let's be honest, I don't really think they're going to do that either. But as far as the new base game weapons they're going to add, they really just have to make sure they're actually viable weapons in certain scenarios. I don't want to see another marksman rifle added to the game, like a 4570. I don't really want to see that. I want to see more ARs. I want to see more LMGs. I want to see more SMGs. Hopefully not more shotguns. We don't need those, okay? You can go ahead and remove the entire class of shotguns from the game. But anything else, if you want to add more bolt actions, if you want to add any other type of weapon, go right ahead. Just make sure they actually function, right? Make sure they actually function when you put them in the game. And make sure the vehicles you add as well don't have explosive splash damage, because we don't need more of that. So let me know down in the comment section below, what do you guys think of this season system? Do you think they're actually going to deliver on everything that Tom Henderson mentioned here? What sort of new base game maps would you like to see? What sort of new portal maps would you like to see? What sort of new weapons would you like to see? And as always, if you enjoy the content, please hit the like button, as it really does help the channel out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn notifications on so you don't miss an upload. I will see you guys in the next one. Check out Glitch Energy, code Enders 25% off. Kiwi Strawberry, really, really good. I will see you guys in the next one.